My name is Todd Babiak, and I write novels. Edmonton is a young city, and I was surprised I didn't realize that the library is only 100 years old. But as I did more research on the book and on the city and on the library, I learned how the city really has formed along with the library. Our sense of self and our identity is really tied to the library, and we have a unique library history in Edmonton. The president and CEO of the Edmonton Public Library, Linda Cook, she's an amazing woman, and you can't say no to her. You can try and you'll fail. So when she asked if I might do this, even though I was doing a million other things, I certainly said no, and then very quickly I said yes after that. And it's been marvelous. I've learned so much about the city and about the library, and just about books and library culture and why they're so crucial and important in our cities. In writing the book, I didn't want a dry, linear history of the Edmonton Public Library, date by date, year by year. I wanted to find little stories and anecdotes that proved something like an overall story of the city. And so I found the directors and I found the characters, as many as I could, within the library system, within Edmonton's library history, and I tried to tell their stories, and through their stories, tell the Edmonton story. Even the intellectual history of Edmonton a little bit through its libraries, because this is where we find our books. One of the things I found most surprising was the way that Edmontonians, unfortunately, were not interested in history. We were not a historical sort of people. People come here to forget their history. For example, the Carnegie Library on 100th Street and 100th Avenue, when it was knocked down, it wasn't controversial. It wasn't a sad moment in Edmonton's history. We were moving forward, progress, let's forget that old stuff. So it's kind of weird to look at history in a place that doesn't value history, or hasn't until recently valued history. And now we're in the process in Edmonton of creating mythologies and identities and a sense of self. So we're kind of hungry for these stories that we've half forgotten. And so I really loved the process of going through and finding all these amazing stories that we had forgotten. When I bring my daughters to the Central branch or to the Strathcona branch, which is our local, they find it pretty magical because they're book kids. We force them to be book kids, and so they get to see, instead of the 100 or 150 books they have at home, they get to see thousands and thousands. And they want to take out 100 every day, but we have to calm them down. I'm proud to say that their main attraction are the books. The next 100 years for libraries, I think I would be an idiot to tell you exactly what that's going to look like, but the notion of a community hub where we learn together and debate together and have trouble with ideas together, I think that is the future of what a library is or ought to be. It's what it has been in the past. Whether it's books we're looking at or holograms, we're still going to need a place. Human beings like to get together to share ideas. Happy birthday, EPL. Thank you for 100 years of good ideas and bad ideas and beautiful ideas and sometimes dirty ideas.